Sit turn type sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid cutting a promo.
Cutting a promo, ladies and gentlemen, your boy Jay the Red Santee here this week to discuss the occurrence of something phenomenal, something exceptional, something grand to coincide with what occurred this past Monday Night Raw, as well as my thoughts and takes that occurred on this Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite, Blood and Guts, and this cutting a promo on that subject matter might shock you. So, to lead off, I'm not sure if people were I don't know if they were shocked or they were I don't know, thrown for a loop, as they would say, for the fact that John Cena became the Intercontinental Champ. This is one title in which has eluded him throughout his career, and it finally cemented him as a Grand Slam champ when many of those in the industry have become triple, double Grand Slam, triple Grand Slams, whatever, but this is John's first, and it came at the hands of Dominic Mysterio, who many believe has had I wouldn't say great, but had a really good run with the title. I mean, he played it as what a heel should play it, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to elude any challenges, duck off, find ways to win, cheat to win, you're sneaky and such. And you know, that's what that role is expected. You know, you're expected to do that as a heel champ, and I think Dominic played it very, very well. So there was a lot to be said about him dropping the title to John Cena on Raw. And there was some talk that there's going to be some shakeups happening with WWE. You know, there's some talks that creative have not been, creative has not been looked upon greatly with the fan bases and such. Some may say that even some shareholders are not pleased with how the landscape of WWE and their creative side is looking. And to be fair, it's not only them. Across the board, it's not looking good for any kind of wrestling. I'm not sure if it's just the temperature of what fans are used to, or they're moving away from it, finding other things to be to watch and view, finding other subject and content matter. You know, streaming sites are having a boom when it comes to TV shows and such. So I'm assuming that, fans are getting older. They're tired of the same wash, rinse, repeat kind of storylines and such. So, this is not anything different that fans would gripe about down the line. But when we saw that they booked the match between Dominic Mysterio and Cena on the night of Raw, it kind of put the fan base on notice a little bit. Let's just click over. Let's get they got the notifications and they clicked over to see what was going on. Same could be said about how the John Cena last match tournament is running. Gonna say that I would have expected more out of it. I'm not going to say that I'm not happy about it. Um in fact, I believe that there could have been more that they could have done with it. But I do have to say that so far it's panning out to be a fairly uh decent tournament. But I would like to show you guys there was a tournament that shout out to Kicking It with the Keith. I wasn't able to share it last week because there was a lot of stuff that we are doing now. But now that the tournament is up and running, I just want to give you guys a look at what uh, the Keith had put together for his tournament. So as we could see here, let me just put down some of these things. Can we see? Yeah, we can see it fully. All right. So first off, his brackets, in my opinion, make a whole lot of sense. I'm a fan of it, of how the brackets look, and even the rankings. We also get to see who goes, what's logical matchups and such. And I really believed that this format could have worked in many, many ways and forms. So, just in case you didn't see any surprises, just in case you see anybody in there that's probably outside as a surprise, it would have been Nick Nemeth, RVD would have been cool to have on there. Um, the other one, I believe, what was the other one he had up there? I'm looking at Obafemi from NXT. Matt Cardona would have been a cool thing. But you lead off and you had like The Miz and Carmelo Hayes having a kickoff of the tournament and such. So Joe Henry would have been in their trick as well. So I thought that this would have been a fun idea to play with, to dance around with. But nonetheless, they didn't do that. And which is fine. They still had their I guess feasible tournament to to push. And now that we're seeing the culmination of what's going on with that tournament, I think that there's a lot in there that pretty much is looking more predictable than anything. Gunther's in the tournament, so pretty much have a feeling that he is going to be the last one to close out John Cena's career. He'll be the one that close it out. The only thing that I say is makes it more skeptical about it would be the fact that giving Gunther the win over Cena, and the title will be up for grabs unless Cena drops the title beforehand. But if not, he goes out as losing the IC title. Giving Gunther the title could speculate that many believe that it's a step down for Gunther, seen as though that there's not many individuals in the main event picture for the championship CM Punk holds. So many will sit there, speculate, and say, well, that's that could be tricky for Gunther. Other than that, if it would be someone else other than Gunther that's in that title match, I hope it's someone that Cena's ready to pass the torch to. So that's probably the only feasible out for that. As for him winning the IC title, for me, honestly, I thought it was a great call. I thought it was it was good, a good look for not only this I guess disastrous retirement tour or year that they've had, whatever you want to label it. And I think that giving him the IC title right now just to solidify that he is the greatest ever of all time, to close it out. He got the 17-time championship, plus now he's got the Grand Slam championship title. So it basically just cements him as the greatest of all time, if you want to put it that way. And that'll be up for a discussion as well that we could actually discuss on probably an episode of History and Headlocks. That would actually be cool. But as for what happens from here on out, well, as we know, the IC title has a lineage and history it is as it is. And so many individuals years ago put it in such high regard. Some may even say that they had preferred to win the IC title than winning the heavyweight title for WWE. So I mean, I know the Miz, I know Cody, I know Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. They've felt as though that title had brought such a presence and such acclaim, and just knowing that the people who held it prior it showed that they were the next in line, and it also gave a fair imbalance to being able to defend that title more on TV than it would have been for the main title. And the IC title was always held in such high prominence. So Cena holding this title would be it shows that it is an important belt to have, and hopefully it could be regarded as a title that gets recognized down the line again. So hopefully we can see that becoming more of a recognizable title. Gotta fix this damn fucking camera shit. So yeah. But what goes on from here on out? Well, I would hate to see that he wins his last match and then he's dropping the title because it is his last match. So then that would be in line for another tournament. And I'm like, we just got out of one to do another one. Now, I'm more open to the fact that it would be him dropping the title to someone who's new, someone who maybe an Obafemi of that, maybe a who else? Maybe a Trick, maybe not a Trick, but maybe a Trick. Someone of that. Uh, I don't know. I just don't know, because we see that on Monday Night Raw and on Friday Night SmackDown there are guests or mystery opponents for Solo Sokoa, and I forgot who's. I think it's it's LA Knight. So we'll see how that plays out, and hopefully those dark horses become a an entry that comes in that's new, a fresh face that could possibly clear the tournament, clear the gauntlet to get that opportunity. Bringing up LA Knight. So there, and I'll segue to Blood and Guts. So bringing up LA Knight, there was a news story going around stating that right now it looks like they have put the kibosh on LA Knight's push, and it says due in part to the idea that on One Night on Raw that he's going during his entrance, he grabbed a sign that was promoting him, that was supporting him over Jey Uso. And some may believe that. I wrote in the post. I wrote in the comments of a group chat of a Facebook page where I said, some in the business wrestlers may believe that this was him being a mark for himself and trying to put himself over, whereas at the same time, this is the beneficiary of the fans putting himself over or putting him over. And you see this, it's common practice in the indies. You see where a face comes out and someone has a sign that supports them, and they'll hold up the sign and they show love to the fan and such. And where and vice versa, where a heel comes out that tells them that they suck, whatever, and they take the sign and they rip it up and throw it at the person. Happened to me recently. Thank you, Charles Mason. So my thoughts about it is like, I mean, it's a practice of wrestling. It's part of wrestling. You do that. There's times when a person comes out and sees a sign that supports them, and they point at it or they give them a thumbs up or whatever. But I guess because it had to do with Jay, I think that's where they are a bit perturbed about it. Do I think that his run is being held, or they put a stop to it? I don't think so. I think right now the Ducks are in a row for what he's doing right now. It seems to make sense. But as to say that, they love to say he's squashed or he's buried. No, I think it's just business right now. I think that's what they're doing. We'll see down the line how much more it plays out, but I don't think it's him being squashed. And speaking of squashing, there was a whole lot of squashing, beating, and bashing on AEW Dynamite this past week. Blood and guts, and boy, Was there some blood and guts? So I got to watch it, and I'm gonna say, because there was before I watched it, I was seeing a lot of commentary and opinions on the social medias, and a lot of it was heavy favored on the women. And I'm like, okay, let me just once again, let me go into AEW and just let me go into with an open mind about what I'm watching, because AEW is not logical. They're not. I'm not thinking of them as, the territorial days of wrestling, right? So I go in and I watch this match, and like I said, a lot of things don't make sense. For instance, the reason why you have a war games style / blood and guts kind of match, especially one that has a top on it, is because you want to keep the wrestlers in the ring. The purpose of a steel cage or a war games blood and guts kind of match is to keep them in the ring, not for them to leave. All the action stays in the ring. This is another thing that perturbs me about a lot of these. I get it, like with street fights and such like that, you go out in the ring, and those kind of matches kind of piss me off too, because I guess more in the indies, because in the indies you don't have the opportunity of having like a Titantron or whatever, or a fucking big screen that carries and follows the action. So you're basically at one part of the venue and it's happening in another part, and you're like, I can't see. Somebody sit down. So for me, that's what bothers me. But not so much in wrestling events, but for a major company to have a blood and guts war games kind of match, the reason why you have the cage is to keep everybody inside. That's the purpose. To wrestle and fight in the ring. And I saw that they found ways and loopholes to get them outside the ring. They some of the women are more smaller, so they were able to squeeze through little barriers and such like that, little gaps and openings to go out and such like so. We know that. But all in all, with like I said, just trying to escape the reality of escape reality of wrestling. That hey, shout out to our boy M2 Inc. for that. To escape the logical things that go on, I'll just go in and say that these women put on one hell of a match, and I'm not saying as though like it was the most technical or storytelling of them all. No, I'm saying a hell of a match because they went out there and they didn't pussyfoot around anything. They went out and they used everything possible, every weapon possible, from champagne bottles to mirrors to barbed wire, whatever. And they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, and which was to bleed and, show them. And, once again, another thing about these matches, somebody's going to legit get hurt. Someone is going to legit come out of there and not look good. And you got a lot of women in there in that match who have suffered some really devastating injuries during their careers and during their time. You got Jamie Hayter, who's constantly on the IR, and she's in this match. And once again, it's probably not her best interest to do these matches, but at the same time, she's like, hey, let me get at least one in my belt, right? So I commend her for that. But other than that, when it comes to just the build and the, I guess, mounting violence of what occurred during said match, you got it. You got everything. Everything out there was laid out for you, all in all. Still, not one of my favorite matches to watch. I'm not a big, death match, too violent, unless, like I said, if it's a blood angle storyline that it has to be done to the end, then it makes more sense. Did this one have to? No, it was just to say, if the men can do it, we can do it too. And that's totally fine with me. And I also say they left it all out there and they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. They were superior in their brutality last night because on the men's side, oh, by the way, shout out to Sky Blue who bled a lot early. They were able to have that, well, she was able to coagulate and scab up a lot quicker because she was a mess. Woo. But yeah. As for the men, man, that was bad. Like I that was bad in my opinion. The MVP of that match honestly would be Darby because Darby is just who fucking Darby is and he's all over the place and such. But other than that, man, yeah, that was just bad. Those men look like they were lost. Whoever agent that match just told the guys, hey, fuck it, go out there and do whatever you want to do. Who gives a shit? Fuck it. And sure enough, that's exactly what it looked like. Illogical. Like I said, all right, gotta move away. But even still, for their standards, this was just not good. It's just throw everything up on the wall and see what sticks. And sure enough, everything stuck. Everything. Yeah, like I said, I came out of this with this whole premise that, yeah, and I guess the whole buildup was to finally rectify and close out the chapter with the Death Riders, seeing as though that Moxley tapped out, and this is like the second time he's tapped out in a big event and such. So, it's a no for him with the Death Riders from here on out. They finally putting a kibosh on that. What it looks like. So, and that gay kid, Pac, and I was like, oh, fuck off. It's just fucking stupidity. Honestly, I'll give, like I said, I'll give way more praise and love to the woman's side than I would for the male. The males were shit. But other than that, and by the way, shout out to Hangman and Hobbs. That actually was Powerhouse Hobbs. That was actually a really good match. Although, like I said, they went outside and all that. They had a really solid match. Great match. I'll leave it at that. But other than that, I'm gonna close out this week's cutting a promo. This week I left that whole time open. Whatever. You guys got it. Yeah, I'll just put it up anyway because I got so into the conversation I forgot. Yeah, I'm talking blood and guts too. Forgot about that. Yeah. So yeah, let me just put that. You know what? Maybe I'll get it in post. So when we come back this week, we celebrate the life of a young man whose life was cut down way too early, way too short of a not only a wrestling career but a beautiful and glorious life that often has us thinking would have, could have, should have, and he was taken away from us way too early. And as I do every year on Turnbuckle Tabloid, I have always promised to say, as long as I'm podcasting and as long as I'm talking about wrestling and just talking period on this microphone, I want to make sure that every year we hear the voice of our friend Matt Travis, who made a lasting impression to many, many people in the wrestling industry, friends, family alike, miss him greatly. And he and I had a really cool, special relationship where, although I wasn't in wrestling as many of those, the young man still appreciated and loved my view and my opinion of what's going on in the business, and would contact me from time to time to talk shop and think of pick my brain about what's going on. And I miss that greatly. I tell you this honestly, the night that I heard that he was killed, I cried the whole night. I went into work and I was a mess. I there was nothing. I mean, there was nothing that wasn't going to tell me that this was that that this couldn't be happening. It was just that thought that I was hoping that somebody said, hey, it was a mistake, it wasn't him, but it just didn't seem to be in the cards. So we're gonna sit back and enjoy hearing our boy Matt Travis Capo talking about his love for wrestling, his love for family and friends, and yeah, guys, just enjoy this moment. And as always, know we miss you, Capo, our boy Matt Travis. So, guys, don't go anywhere. This is gonna be a full episode, everybody, for the YouTube. You guys are gonna watch a full episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. It's a rare occurrence here, so we're gonna do that for you guys here. And also make sure you like and subscribe and be a part of the vibe of all things connected on all the podcasting outlets and as well as on the social medias. Make sure you check us out on the New York Wrestle Media. And don't go anywhere, guys. And as always, check you guys in a sec.
I forgot you boys are from the BX, so coming into Queens, it's like where's Waldo and shit, looking for fucking addresses and all that shit. That's why I don't really go to the BX either. I got family in Parkchester. Yeah. I stay the fuck away from that shit.
Not too far away from there.
Yeah? It's crazy because like you could blindfold me and drop me off somewhere, and as soon as I'll get out that shit, I'll be like, oh, I'm in the Bronx, right? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, B. I actually wanted to go like to some events up there, but I'm like, that's like another fucking world up there. Like BX is far, son.
It is.
It's like a Uber. It's like a $800 Uber, son.
But I love it though, man. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else besides.
It's always been BX for y'all.
Yeah, always.
Trav has always been up there.
Always. The whole New York City period, because. You know, I know people from Brooklyn to Staten Island. Before pro wrestling, I used to just be outside with the cats outside.
Right.
You know, being like the youngest cat out of whatever crew, with certain groups of people or whatever, and just always chilling wherever, like anywhere.
But really, like when you in Brooklyn, you've been to Brooklyn and shit, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain vibe that you feel when you're out there. But the BX is something like it's so.
That's
to me, it's more cultural now since we all get fucking gentrified and shit. It's just fucking it's becoming more annoying than anything. But BX has always been like something more cultural. And whenever I went up there, I always felt like somebody was gonna be throwing like Spanish food at me somewhere. I always felt that way.
Either that or a pamper out the window or something like that.
something
weird.
wet.
Yeah.
Something weird going on. But if guys don't know, I got King Capo in the building. Matt Travis, sir. Finally, we've been trying to like connect for a minute. This is a dude I respect his professionalism because I tell the man, I said, listen, we don't really have to do it in person. We could do it, over the phone. I've had phone interviews. I made it work. We can make it happen. He was like, nah, with that voice. And I know ladies who listen to the show right now, it's like, damn, that nigga sounds sexy. That's a sexy voice like this shit. No, not me, ladies. I'm talking about the man here, Mr. Matt Travis. Sir, thank you for stopping by in studio.
Of course, I owe it to you, man.
My son is out here wearing that big fur thing. Shit, I'm gonna get me one of those shits.
Yeah, you got to. It's only right, man.
Shit, I'm gonna wear that. I wear that shit in 98-degree weather if I'm a cop.
I said the same thing too. If I get another one, I'm wearing it in the summertime.
Just trunks and shit.
Yeah,
trunks and coat.
Not even a tank top, just straight raw dog.
How do you decide? We just before the mics went on. How do you decide to wear wrestling trunks? Like what? Like other people go other ways. That they wear the long pants or jeans. Or you've committed. You said fuck it. I wear the trunks. Like what came to that? Because me, I make myself in 2K18. I don't wear no fucking trunks. I look like fucking like one of those hood niggas that still wear their Timbs. And as a matter of fact, I think my 2K18 character has Timbs on.
I thought about doing that in real life, wearing Timbs in the ring. Nah, I think I don't know. It's less expensive. I I think it's more comfortable for me. I don't know. It sounds weird because we wear underwear to wear in front of thousands of people.
Right.
I don't know. Trunks is comfortable. It's like wearing basketball shorts for me.
Oh, okay. Because like I see some people who commit to it, and I'm like, bravo. And there's some of y'all that's like, whew.
Yeah, they probably look nasty.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta
not,
have like,
yeah, I'm like, no, do it.
Yeah,
Don't
you have
do
to
it.
do like squats and stuff to really wear trunks.
And some of them do it as a rip to themselves or whatever the case may be. And I'm like,
for a fact.
my guy, why do it? But I see that you've come into the game. You've been in the business for how long already?
I say like 2 years.
Even in those 2 years, the 2 to 3 years, like I've heard guys already give you, praise in your ring work. I've had, as a matter of fact, I had EC Negro on here one episode, and he even brought your name up. And he was like, "Yo, I'll get in the ring with Travis. That guy's fucking work right there. I'll put him over any day." But like when you hear that from vets, does it boost the ego? Does the King Capo, the crown get a little bit heavier?
Nah, definitely not. And I don't think nothing of it because I'm trying to get better every day. Like when people, I don't know. I guess when people talk good about me, while they're talking good about me, or they think I'm good at that moment, I look at myself like I'm not where I want to be at. And I keep it pushing. I think that's what keep me somewhat humble and somewhat sane as well. Because if you stay in the same position for me, I feel like you're kind of a little crazy.
But still, you're like I mentioned earlier before the mics went on, I said your come up was crazy in 2017 because honestly, like I've seen you getting booked everywhere for a guy who's only been in the business for like 2 years. That's an accomplishment in itself, man. Young man from the BX. How old are you?
23.
Damn, son. Shit. You know what the fuck I was doing at 23? I think I was like still hustling on the side.
Yeah.
Going to college, trying to get my weed game up because that was the only hustle I really wanted to do. I couldn't do anything other than weed. I wasn't doing that shit. I was like, I ain't doing that fucking football number shit. At least I go to Central Book and they'll let me go. But get your little ass out of here.
Get out of here. You do
get your little pound.
Weekend.
Get your little bullshit ass pound out of here.
The dope thing, man, is like when I was young, right? I used to be into all of that. So like I feel like I got all that out my system for me to even stay or get focused for professional wrestling. So.
Right.
A lot of that stuff I got out of my system, but I get you when it comes to that though.
Was the calling always there? Because not a lot of people will say, because from the BX, I always tell motherfuckers either you was gonna either be rapping because Pun and Joe was gonna be your idols,
a French Montana,
French
Max B from around the way.
You know what I'm saying? Like those are the guys that you was like, yo, fuck, I could spit like them, or you was gonna be in the hustle, like
definitely.
When the fuck did wrestling come and say, you got a call in here, brother. Come check this out.
It was weird for me, man, because I didn't have no intentions on being a professional wrestler at all. I just wanted to hustle. Like my daddy was a hustler before he went legit and started working in the hospital.
Shout out to him because that's
a big deal.
That's what the fuck I do.
Hood, right?
Yeah, that's what the fuck I do.
And he's about to retire, by the way, too. But seeing him hustle. My uncle just got deported, but he was not a big time, crazy big time, but he was a big dog around my way. And I used to just idolize them and, the cats that was making money from
¿Qué eres, Dominicano?
Who, me, nah, Puerto Rican, Ecuadorian.
Okay, because I was like, what Puerto Ricans get deported? Like, what the?
No, my uncle's Ecuadorian.
Oh, okay, I was like, what?
He got deported for attempt and just wild stuff. Yeah. Well, I'd rather him, get deported than spend that time in the feds, which he would, he did a few.
It's funny, my boy, years ago, he got arrested and they was gonna give him fed time, but they deported him. And the motherfucker lives in Barbados. Now you deport the motherfucker to paradise.
Yeah.
You gonna
I was just showing my son, man. My uncle just made a commercial for TV. He sent me it, right? For his own restaurant he owned. That's one thing I give him. He's a hustling.
But look at that shit.
Hustling.
It's like
hustling.
What punishment you gave them? You gave them sunshines and palm trees.
Like, now he's riding his BMW motorcycles and stuff like that now. He went from the feds to doing good, but that's the family I come from, man. Like just a bunch of hustlers. So.
And they grind, and then you see the grind in front of them. Your father grind, and you see your uncle grind it, and then still you have any siblings?
Yeah, I do. Younger.
Yeah, younger. Yeah. So you the big bro,
oldest,
and you always got to take care of the so you gotta grind there. When the fuck did you hear wrestling? Were you like into wrestling as a kid growing up?
Hell yeah, my family was into. That's the thing. Like growing up in the hood, you love certain things, and wrestling.
I figured you would play like fucking maybe baseball or something like that, like
basketball maybe. Yeah. Or scales.
We got to
right? Professional scales.
We got to be running the point. We got to run the point.
I don't know. My family was always into it, so I grew up like watching it. I just remember watching it and probably not even in love with it, but I fell in love with it. But I remember watching it as a young kid. That's my oldest memory as a human being, like 5 years old, but watching pro wrestling.
But nothing else came involved like you, because you're very athletic in the ring. Like I see, like you've mixed anything like martial arts to even like gymnastics.
No, never touched martial arts.
Never did any of that.
Never was into gymnastics really. I tried it, but never was into any of that. It's just God given talent.
Fucking cheerleader. Man. That's what the fuck. It's a fucking cheerleader.
No lie, God given talent, man. I just feel like I'm meant to be here. You know, instead of being locked up like the rest of my friends are dead, like the rest of my countless friends. So. It was, I don't know. It was crazy.
You ever had handcuffs on? Of
course, plenty of times.
It's not a cool. It's funny because I was just sharing this story with one of my coworkers, and they gave me a look like, "What the fuck you got handcuffs for?" I was like, "Listen, I ain't always worked for the city. I did dirt in the city, right? But it's one of those feelings that sometimes you get that wake up call. It's like, you know what? Something got to end. Like this shit got to stop. Word. So what was it that, because there wasn't a lot of wrestling schools even for a couple of years. It's like, they started popping up here and there and shit. And then in the BX you had a gym up there. Yeah. But you come out all the way to Queens. Like you at House of Glory. You out here at the dojo out here. That's a work. That's commitment right there. And you here persistently, like you here.
Yeah, every day. I try to make sure I'm here as much as I can because I don't know. I look at it like this, like we live life every day, so anything can happen. So let's say if I was to walk out my building or whatever, something bad happens. I want to at least live life to the fullest, and at least take a step in the right direction,
But you still, like, when you look at where you were at, a couple of years ago, you was, like I said, 23 years old, teenager, was not too long ago. Definitely, yeah. And, the wrestling game comes in. And you're on that ladder, climbing up little by little, learning the trade, taking a bump here and there. Was there a time that you sat there and said, "Man, fuck this! I can't be doing this shit"? Man.
So many times, man.
Like, even taking that back bump from the. It's like
not in that way. I think wrestling got me more mentally than physically, because no lie, like pain, I'm very pain tolerant, and I think mentally it had me there. Like I was like, shit, like I don't want to do this no more, man. This is too much for me on the mental aspect of it, because you got to be more mentally prepared than physically prepared. If anything, if you're not there mentally, then this will eat you alive.
Now, when you say that, because I've seen a lot of cats who went into House of Glory and other wrestling schools, and they go, yeah, they like to wear the shirt. They like to, like to walk around and say, yeah, I'm part of something. Yeah. Then like a year later, it's like, yo, what happened? And it's like, this thing happened. And, I had to do all that. Like, how is it that you stay focused on doing that shit? Because a lot of times it's like you said, mentally draining. Yeah. The body takes its toll, because you already know the career's going to be crazy. Word. And you've been in some big fucking matches where you, like, not only the house was torn out, my body ached for y'all motherfuckers, for real. Like, how is it that you're able to still sit there and say, wake up with the fucking bruise on your back, that you can still say that, yo, I gotta go to dojo today?
Being passionate and loving the game, man, like thoroughly loving it, being genuine and being hungry, man. I'm tired. I was tired of living in the hood, man. I don't know, for certain people, I don't know how it is for them, but me, like every day waking up and seeing my block, I'm like, I got to get out of here. Let me go to the dojo. Let me go train. Let me go do something that's going to help me get in that mansion or something like that, Like, I guess as far as that's maybe like a motivation for me, like, or was a big thing for me. But the passion and the love for the game, man, once you get in this business, it's like a drug, know? And I want to do it the right way. I don't, I want to love it and be respected as one, like Red. Be respected as a person that genuinely loved this business. No, wait. Because I was about to mention Red too, because we'll get to that in a minute, because those are my fucking guys. As a matter of fact, I went to go pick your ass up by the dojo and shit, and I walk in, and like I said, I didn't know. I have the respect. I've never really wanted to get into wrestling, as in like to be in ring, but I wanted to always be around it for something, maybe commentary, maybe managing or whatever. But I also know certain aspects of it. And there's like certain things where I said, I don't want to intrude. Like I didn't want to open the door, just go in. And as soon as I open the door to ask for Matt, and everybody's like, they give that look, like, who that? And Red is sitting there, he goes, yo, who that? I'm like,
Santee, Turnbuckle Tabloid. And he's like, yo, Santee, what up, yo? Is there like that camaraderie that you guys have, like your own secret world in the wrestling? Like, because I know there's like protocol and behind the curtains when you're in the locker room, everybody addresses themselves. You know, they introduce themselves when they know. Is there really like that kind of like secret world that you guys have back there?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a fraternity. It's like a brotherhood. You know, well, with certain people, you know, that's not, you know, on that BS that these other cats be on. But as far as like a brotherhood and who you train with or who you close with, it's like a super secretive.
It's like a fucking fraternity and shit back there. You don't even know.
The Freemasons and stuff like that.
And it's funny because I understand when a lot of guys who are in the business, they hate hearing fucking marks talk the way that they talk. Like, you know, me and the boys is like, motherfucker, we don't really talk like that. It's like y'all make it seem like it's all. Does it like, is there a line that you put between you and the fans? Because you're although you are the most fucking angriest man I can see coming to the ring, there is some kind of persona that comes over with you that people are drawn to. Is there a way that you have to tell motherfuckers, all right, slow down, like back the fuck up?
Of course, yeah. When they want to get
what was the most like wild shit that a fan ever came and did to you?
Countless of things, man. Like when they'll try to give you a pound, like they cool with you, like they from the hood, and like try to give you a hug, and I don't know, it's weird, but I draw the line when it gets that, like we're not close, we're not cool, you know. There's certain people who want to be cool with you just because you're who you are, or whatever, or the clout you got. You know, I'm not like that. You know, all
right, so now y'all motherfuckers know y'all niggas ain't from the same hood. Y'all don't rock the same way, so don't come in that close.
Right. And they be on some weirdo stuff outside of wrestling on top of that too. So
anybody want to smell your underwear?
Plenty. Plenty. I get inboxes like, hey, you sell underwear or my trunks. Like
that's the status I want though.
Stuff, man.
I want either females, males too. I'm not prejudiced. Whatever the LGBT shit you into. You want to smell Jay Santee's underwear? I'm cool. I fucks with it. Whatever. Put it in the Ziploc. I'll FedEx that shit to you.
Give me a rack.
Yeah. So we holler. Yeah. But that's another thing too. Like you'll come across the spectrum when it comes to fans and the fan bases and all that stuff. Like how is the women? Like is the women game like crazy though?
It's crazy, but you know you gotta have.
Don't tell the world right now you shacked up.
No way.
You ain't wifed up right
now. No, definitely not. Single as a Pringle, but
single like a fucking dollar bill.
Well, I was gonna say, you gotta have some type of discipline because you can't be messing around with all these crazy ass female, fans or groupies. First of all, that's not good for your health, and second, like I'm the type of person like I can't mess with every female. I already been and done that early on, messing with all the crazy popping girls from the Bronx and wherever in New York. But right now I'm at a point where I wanna, if I was to deal with a female or something like that, she gotta like want to build an empire. She gotta be a business.
You mean to tell me you go OT, you in the ring, out there going off, and you ain't got them OT fucking Pennsylvania, fucking Virginia females throwing that cooch at you, and you blocking that shit? Like, are you serious?
Dead serious, yeah.
Damn, you are fucking discipline.
It's a discipline.
That discipline is real, son.
Discipline on top of that.
My dick would have been a submission.
It's a discipline, but on top of that, you treat yourself like gold and you get treated like gold. You feel me?
My balls would have been tapping out. You're crazy. But that's a beautiful thing because you don't have any kids, right?
Definitely not.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Enjoy it now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, enjoy it now. Get the run now. I'm not to say not having kids is not a beautiful thing. It is, but enjoy the run now.
That's another thing too, man. Like I've been through. I could tell you stories for days, like younger, because before I even got into professional wrestling, I was going viral on videos, and I was in the loop with a certain group in the Bronx that everybody became popping and popular and stuff like that. So I've had a wave before professional wrestling. The women been there before all of this. Women would try to trap me. They would be like, hey, look, I think I'm pregnant. Like, crazy, yo. I'm talking about I'm like 14, 15 years old.
You only gave me top. How I got you pregnant?
Yeah, some crazy stuff like that, yo. Like, yo, I could tell you stories for days, man. But that's why I guess my where my discipline like grew and came into, fruition, I guess.
Yeah, because it's crazy because even for a young man like yourself, you see, certain aspects, especially you got guys that are ahead of you that's been training you right now, like Amazing Red, who's been all around the world, Brian Excel. You've got guys that you've been in the ring who have the experience and could tell you like Do they get you under that tree of knowledge and share that shit and tell you like, yo, listen, you gotta pump them brakes, man. You can't do everything like, you know, like a lot of us back in the days, they're like running wild and doing all that shit. There's a lot of dudes out there I know that got trapped up early on with some rats and shit.
And I can't be one of them, man. First off, if I got a child with a female, I'm gonna stick with her for a fact. Like, we gotta be solid. Cause first off, I find myself being turned off by people nowadays on some just energy wise. Right. So in order for me to even be around like anybody right now, we gotta have some type of like chemistry or anything like that.
And plus, your schedule's bananas. Your shit is crazy. So they gotta get in the couple's world. They gotta understand what it's gonna be about. Speaking of that, like you mentioned before, growing up in the hood, you was running around with different dudes. Like the dudes, like they look at you now? I'm like, look at this dude. This nigga, he a wrestler. Like out of everything, like dude, like how's that vibe going on?
I get that a lot, but like I say, even before pro wrestling, I was getting that regardless. You know, people would look at me like I'm the hood star of the hood or whatever. But now, definitely. I was just telling my son, like, I got that like early and recent. Like whenever I come out, like I'll have people come to my mother like, hey, your son is da 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 or whatever. And she'd be like, yeah. He's regular. What are you bothering me for?
It's like, yo, his
like
videos,
crazy stuff.
His fucking videos on YouTube got thousands of views and all that. And he's like, my mom still got to go throw out the garbage. It don't mean nothing.
Right.
Shit. But you still, you carry yourself well. And it is funny because the way that others may look at you, especially, cash flow was huge, man. It still is, and that persona is still resonating right now, but you're a very humble guy. How was it that people probably misconstrued Travis as probably the arrogant prick, as in the dude from the BX that's still trying to get it?
Well, they ain't misconstrue nothing. That's me. That's legit me. That's a part of me. That's the reason why the character come out so organic. But I don't know, man. But as far as like that whole cash flow stuff, man, I don't know. That's that cat. I was doing my own thing from the beginning. We had a friendship or whatever, but I don't know.
What was the breakdown? I mean, I've been watching. I was watching it progressively in House of Glory, and I saw that, there was a bond there, but it was also a way that I saw Travis needed to go out and break out. Like there was going to, I'm with homie, but homie not let me do me. I need to do. Was that the sense that we were getting there?
Nah, not really. It wasn't just that. It was just like I just always looked at myself as a boss, right? Even when I was younger, or a businessman, and I just never wanted to work for anybody ever in my life. That's just the type of like mindset I got. So partnership, yeah, but like me being under anybody or anything like that, under the tutelage of somebody who was the same age as me.
Was Broadway like feeling that lightweight? Like he was boss status? Like he was trying to hold, trying to hold you on the sun underneath the armpit?
Nah.
Try to put the rest of your head on daddy's chest.
Yeah, never that. I know that for a fact. Never that. The thing about me and him is we were legit brothers, so it wasn't that, man. But the thing is, though, he get caught up in his own world where he feel like the world revolves around him. And, I get caught up with, obviously, because I'm living my own life. The world revolves around me, to me. So I just had to step up and boss up, man, and move on up.
But I'm saying, like, I would have thought that this was going to be a collaboration that was going to rock for a minute. But then it turned like the R. Kelly and Jay-Z fucking tour, like Best of Both Worlds is fucked up, son.
And he's R. Kelly. He's definitely R. Kelly.
You ain't bumping into him in the hood yet? You ain't see him around?
Nah, not really, man.
Oh,
not
shit.
Really. I just
but if
it's
busy, on site, man. Though? It's on site?
It's been on site lately since we get put with each other in these matches and stuff like that. The House of Glory loves seeing us, I guess, clash or wrestle, whatever, because I guess we put it all out in that ring. But as far as like me seeing, I got nothing to say about him, man. Do you. Best of luck. Keep on doing you, and I don't care about whatever he does. Just...
Damn, son. It's a bad falling out, son. I'm telling you. I've had falling outs like that before, but it was usually of a dude taking my girl and getting her pregnant.
But the crazy thing is, though, this falling out
another story.
It's not no wrestling. Like, it's not a wrestling like storyline. This is real life. We really legit fell out over business because he don't know how to conduct and handle business right. Like
is it tough to do business in person? People always say that you can't do business with fam, son. It's tough.
You can't.
It's tough.
Not only that, it's just like I guess when the personal stuff collides with the business, that's when things start, taking a different route. Me, I'm all business. I will never let personal get in between business. You know, and I guess
At least it wasn't over no puss. It was. It wasn't over no puss.
I could care less about that.
That's what I'm saying. At least it's not that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of my women will ever deal with anybody I'm cool with. Because, like I said, the type of women I deal with, you know, they boss up. They're not into none of that. But as far as, like, that cat or whatever, like, our breakup or whatever, our friendship dissolving, he know what happened, and he could tell you what's up. Me, I'm just keep on doing me because everybody's talking about me right now.
I don't see it ending though. I see this is like one of those things that y'all gonna be bumping heads for a minute though. I really do, and I ain't gonna front. I'll pay the ticket to that shit. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm out there for that.
It's crazy. You can ask my son, man. Like, we've been bumping heads on the low for a minute, and this I knew it was gonna happen, but that's why I played my position. Like, I was sitting in the back, and I knew I was gonna be in the front, and that's what happened. Now I'm in the front, and now I'm showing why I'm going to be the top student in the House of Glory. See, the reason why I had any problems with Son was because Son was the top student of House of Glory, right? And what he did, he ain't do nothing. You feel me? Like, he could have been signed right now.
Mm-hmm.
How you still want to, like, do certain things you do, and you could be signed. You could live a whole different life.
Mm-hmm.
And you let certain things mess that up. I can't do that. I don't got time to do that.
You about to get that? You about to get in that paper and getting them W's, man.
That's all it's about.
Get them straps.
Yeah,
that's another thing too, man. Like, that's, you know, that you're looking for that crowning glory, that brass ring, like Vincent Kennedy McMahon would say. You want to get that brass ring, but you know, it's to you. It's, you see the grind going on because you've been there. You've been working on it. Like 5 years from now, what does Trav want to do? Where Trav's going to be at?
Man, I'm not even looking into 5. I'm looking into maybe next year, 2 years from now. I'm not waiting for no 5 years. I'm hustling right now, so in 2 years I could be good. But next 5 years, I see myself, I don't know, being better than being in a better spot than where I'm at right now for a fact. Because that's just how my mentality is, man. Like, when I first came into business, I told myself certain things. I said, I'm gonna hustle hard, and I'm going to be on the show my first year. Got that out the way. My 5 months after that, my mini goals was, I'm going to work for so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I did all of that and did iPay-per-view on top of that. My other goals, all right, whatever. I'm going to wrestle the top guys in House of Glory my first whatever year. I got Homicide, wrestled Ken or whatever, if you consider him a top guy or whatever, and a few other guys, you know. Wrestled with Teddy Hart and whatever, against John Gresham and The Rap and all these cool people or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I see myself way better in a better position than when I am probably signed.
I'm waiting to get that 6ix9ine come up. Get that King Capo, New York.
That's if House of Glory let me do it, because they banned me from coming out to his music.
Yo, I heard. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's funny because it was I had that Punk Isaac here the other day. And he's like, yo, did you know that that Trav came out to it? I was like, nah, I probably was at the bathroom. Shit, I'd have turned up to that shit for real.
People singing it and everything. I had the clean version and people was rapping it, cursing and everything. I was like, nah, this is crazy.
But I know, and it's funny because I slowly became, I got fascinated by the young man. He actually lives like not too far from where I work.
Yeah,
at.
I heard.
Like, he's not too far and shit. Right. So it's like, I'm on that shit where it's like, I want to like run into him so I could be like, because he's a wrestling fan too.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
So I want to run into him and be like, yo. Y'all, you want to go to House of Glory? We go check it out.
I was hoping to bring him out, man. Like, I wanted to send my video to him, like, yo, you got to pull up, son. Because I got people who's tied in with him from Brooklyn. Like, I mess with a lot of people. Shout out to my son, Storyboy P, who's a big cat in Brooklyn. Yeah. And he's tied in with those cats. So, yeah, hopefully one day he'll come out, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Brian be getting the plug. He need to finally get him up in there, Brian. Get that plug. But, once again, 30 minutes gone, fly, man. Yeah. That's crazy. Look at this. We're already done over here.
Yeah, we could keep it going if you want for a little bit.
Shit, where we at? Where we going at? Nah, I'll let you go because honestly, I do want to get you back though.
For sure. We can always do that, man.
But let me do some promos for you. Let me do some live review. House of Glory Wrestling presents Fair Warning Friday, May 18th. Guys, why go anywhere else on that night or any other night? House of Glory Wrestling, I'm telling you. And it's gonna be at Elks Lodge. Elks is always lit for me. I like Amazura, but for me, Elks is always the fucking premiere for wrestling for me, man. That's where you introduce yourself to the world, right?
Yeah. Like, JT Dunn right in his head. Our first ever appearance.
So make sure you check out House of Glory, fair warning. First row tickets were already sold out, I believe, but the second and general admission is still available. Make sure you check them out at hogwrestling.net. Check out their Facebook pages as well as on Instagram. Matt, let them know where they can get you at on social media.
You can get me on Instagram at Matthew, MATTHEW, 3_ Travis, TRAVIS. You can find me on Facebook on Matt Travis and Twitter, Matt Travis.
In a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.